Hello, hello, hello. And guess what? This is Cooking with Camille. This is your girl Camille here with you today. And we're going to do something quick. I got to work a double tomorrow. So we're going to do dinner today. For today and tomorrow, we're going to make some other pork chops, some other pork steaks. And we're going to do some mashed potatoes and some Italian blend vegetables. Okay, that's what we're going to have today. So I'm heating up my grease so we can flour this. And I'm going to, since they're so big, I think I'm going to cut them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll have 8 steaks. I'm going to cut them. So we'll have 8 steaks. Y'all, they on sale at Acme. Look at this. This whole pack was $5, $5.53. This whole pack. So they're on sale and get them where you want. I think I'm going to get a roast for, I don't eat pork, so I'm going to probably have me some kind of sandwich. I'll eat some mashed potatoes and vegetables. Okay, here we go. Let's clean our pork. Wash it real good. Seasonings we're going to use today. We're going to use the Greek seasoning blend from Chef Carmen. We're going to use her roasted turkey and chicken. That should still be good on pork. I'm going to use some onion powder, black powder, and I'm going to use this steak seasoning. It's good from Kansas City. It's a steak seasoning. It's got good taste to it. We're going to try that on the pork steaks too. Okay. Okay, first of all, I'm going to get my pork washed. Okay, so I got the flour, and I added 1 cup of cornstarch to my flour. And I add all the seasonings. I'm going to mix it together. The cornstarch holds it together when you're frying, that it stay on the batter, so it holds it together. So all the seasonings are mixed in there. I don't season the meat. I always season the flour. You can season your meat, but I season my flour because my husband can't have a lot of salt, so he would just get, if he want to take the breading off, he could take the breading off. And then make sure all your chops are washed real good. Get all that fatness off of them. And then we'll just bread them and drop them in the hot grease. Okay? I'm going to do like 3 at a time. And then while that's frying, we'll get our potatoes and cut them in quarters and put them in some hot water. Okay, so we're just going to bread it. Y'all know how to bread pork chops. Yeah, just like you do chicken. Just bread it. And then you're going to save your flour because we're going to make gravy. Okay, smothered gravy. And then we just throw it in the fryer. Bring it over here now. Can y'all see? I think it should be hot. It ain't hot because I didn't turn it on. Lord Jesus, I turned the wrong one on. Look at me with my stupid self. I know I'm tired. I turned the wrong one on. But it's okay. It's okay. I got this. We'll let the get heat up. So while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and cut the potatoes. Okay, I got the potatoes cut in quarters for the mashed potatoes. We're going to put them on and let them cook. I think the grease is getting hot. Let me check it. Yeah, it's almost there. It's almost there. Let me get it the meat together. Okay, so the grease is ready, and you just throw your pork chops in there and let them fry. We're just going to put 3 at a time so they have plenty of room to cook and breathe. I always say they need to breathe, so you don't want them touching too much. Let them breathe. I think I'm just going to put 2 in there because if I put 3, it might be a little too tight. Let's see, we'll check it out. It might be okay. We got 3 in there. We're just going to let them brown on both sides. Okay, y'all, I forgot to go. I'm in here watching that Ohio State game. Did y'all just see that? Ohio State, that boy is bad. So we're going to turn these and let them cook about 5 minutes on that side. Okay, we're going to take these out, put some more in, and then we're going to put them back in when we make the gravy to smother them. Look how nice and pretty those is. Nice and pretty. Okay. And we're going to batter up some more. Okay. Okay, we got our next batch in. Our damn potatoes are cooking. So we'll let that go on. Okay. And we'll be back as soon as these are done. Okay, we're turning it over, y'all. For about 5 minutes on that side. Okay, the last two is in there. Okay, we turn them over for the last time. And this is it. This is the last of the pork chops. Potatoes are almost done. I say about 4 more minutes. And then we're done. So we're going to take some of that. We took some of that grease out. Well, we got some of that grease out. We're going to add some of that flour we had left over. And add it to the grease. And make it thick. So we can make this gravy. You can add water to it. Beef broth to it. Whatever you need to do. You might add a little water to it. A little water to it. To make it thicker. So just thicken it up. However you want it. Just keep stirring it to make it thick. If you need more water, add. Just use up all the flour you had left over. Just use it up. Add more water to make it thicker. That's what we do. Okay? Just keep stirring till you smooth it out. If you need to add beef broth to it, because you want to taste it, and then once you get it smooth and taste it, then make sure it's what you want. Then we'll add the pork chops to it. So I need more water because it's too thick. Just keep whipping it. You can use a fork, use a wire whip. Keep thickening it up to make it where you want it. And keep stirring it. I switched and got the wire whip instead of the fork. I had to clean up my mess. I just made a mess. Just keep whipping it. We're going to need more oil. Close that up. Okay, we're going to add a little more water. Just a little more. Now that you added more water, thin it down. Then you add your pork chops to it after you thin it down what you want it. Okay? Make sure you get it. If you need to add more water to it. Then we're going to add our pork chops to it. And then that onion we have, we're going to cut that onion up and add it to it. And you just mash this down. Mash everything down so we can get the gravy. And we're going to let that simmer for 20 minutes so the pork chops can be good, smothered pork chops. While that's cooking, we're going to clean up our kitchen. Okay, we done pulled our our potatoes off. Now we're going to add just a tiny bit of oil. Just a tiny bit. So we can stir fry our vegetables. And let that get hot. And stir fry our vegetables. And we're going to let our pork chops continue to cook. Okay, we're going to put our steaks on low and let it simmer. We're going to do our stir-fried vegetables. We got them in there. We're going to cut an onion up and put some seasonings on it. So I took a whole onion, cut it in half. So we're going to add half an onion to our vegetables, like so. We're going to add pepper to it. Okay. We're going to add onion powder to it. Okay. And then we're going to add the Carmen's Greek seasoning to it. Okay. And we're just going to season that and just a little salt. We're going to season that and just let it cook. We're going to add some butter to it. I got some already butter. We're going to add some butter to it and just let it simmer and saute that in some butter. And that's going to be our vegetable for the day. The other half of the vegetable, we're going to stir fry it and add it on our pork steaks, okay? We're going to put the top on the mashed potatoes. It's ready. I'm going to wash the little dishes while we're waiting on that. Okay, so we got the gravy just going to simmer, and then pork chops, we're going to let them simmer for about 20 minutes. And we got our vegetables going. That's our California vegetables with carrots and cucumbers and what you call these beans? Flat beans and cauliflower and broccoli and whatever. And some onion. I put some onion in there. So we're going to let that simmer. I got the mashed potatoes ready. And we're going to saute some onions and put over the darn pork chops. Okay? And we're done. Less than an hour, y'all. Y'all better ask somebody. How about that? Okay. Y'all, look at this. It looks good. Look at that. It's simmering. Gravy good. Stir frying the vegetables and got the mashed potatoes. We'll plate it up in about 5 minutes. Okay, y'all. Everything looks good. We stir fried the vegetables. We got the gravy and pork chops and the mashed potatoes. Let's set up the plate. I'm going to saute some onions. Saute some onions for the pork chops. And saute some onions to put over the pork steaks. And then we'll be ready for the food, the picture, or whatever you want to call it. I'll saute a little bit. Okay, the finishing touch. Let me see if I can take it off without messing up. Okay, we got smothered pork chops with onions, mashed potatoes, sauteed vegetables. They're like California vegetables. And I made some cookies yesterday. Homemade chocolate chip cookies. Okay? Okay. Look at that, y'all. Looks great. Great, great, great. Again, smothered pork chops. Smothered pork steaks. Not pork chops. Pork steaks with mashed potato, homemade mashed potatoes. And some sauteed vegetables. That's the beans and zucchini and not cucumbers, carrots, peppers and onions, and red peppers. That looks good. And some homemade cookies I made yesterday. Okay, y'all. There we go. Have a great day. Remember, please like and share and follow and mention something on Facebook about the comment and enter into the contest. Okay? Monday's the last day. So enter your name. I like to hear from everybody. God bless. Love you all.